Now, this show is for founders and entrepreneurs, and you might be my favorite kind of entrepreneur because you, correct me if I'm wrong, are an inventor.
Hip thrusting is a popular movement, right, in the glute training category.
It's huge. And where did that come from? Like all the gals do hip thrusts. It's like their go-to, and they can do incredible weight with it.
Buddy, a lot of guys are doing it. I like to go around and watch like people with their movement, what's going on, because I like to look at movement patterns and how can I make something more efficient that's not like a 7-foot barbell. So we had the business on pause. So we were just doing educational videos on glute training. And that's when this one popped in our head. So we grabbed a leather belt, strapped in 2 dumbbells, made a video, worked with one of my partners, Eric Peterson. He's head of design for Bleed Pursue. The key thing is I wanted to make one we as a team wanted to make one that you can fit a kettlebell, a dumbbell, and a plate.
The dump trunk booty, for sure, and that's the one way to get there. So how do you go from idea to, ideation to market? And how do you prioritize which project you're going to work on at any particular time?
I'm all of it. Like I was one of those guys that just ripped through CrossFit and would have a herniated disc like a sciatic twice a year, and not like I would train heavy, but not properly. Anything for glutes and leg cells, anything for recovery items sell, lower back pain sell, neck pain sell. But you got to come up with something innovative.
It's definitely an alpha move.
All the angles of this simple little piece of product, right?
Yeah.
All angles. And it just came to light.
You got to be that person to be like, nobody's bench pressing right now. I'm doing my hip thrusts in the middle of the whole thing. But the bros in the black tank tops, if the gals are on the bench for like half an hour, they're like, dude, what am I going to do? I'm only here to bench.
This was my learning curve. Before the Amazons in the world and all the supposedly free platforms.
Yeah.
Out. It was TV, radio, print, retail.
Yeah.
Email campaign. I'm all about creating the demand on the platforms.
Yeah.
Or you're just going to overspend. And I don't like to overspend. But then you just said, it's easier to take down just quicker and faster. We won last year 190 companies in China. And see, here's the kicker. When I file my patents, everybody thinks that you can just file your Chinese patent. And you always want to file your Chinese patent first. We do tremendous searches. Our shit is innovative. Like we come up with really good.
Cool. I love it. Well, and while you're in your Kickstarter campaign, they can already be manufacturing and shipping them before you even gotten your funds.
Buddy.
So one thing I love about this story too is the name and the brand was important, more important than the product. A lot of entrepreneurs, especially in kind of like consumer goods, they get obsessed with the product first, and then they can't see anything. They're like, oh, I haven't asked anybody if they want it.
I'm like, buddy, it gives a 10 times better customer experience. We're going to increase. Patents are almost, it's going to be our flagship. So we listen to our consumers from all the way from our heavy lifters to our Pilates girls, to our yoga people, to your, like my 60 and 70-year-old men trying to get their back pain and knee pain. Men have to strengthen their pelvic floor just as like women do too.
Well, and, just to, stereotype, dudes want to throw plates on there, do squats or sit on the quad, machine because the weird future we live in. It seems like training and going to the gym, there's never going to be like a robot solution for that.
I think as humans right now, we're losing that touch. I don't think AI will ever replace personal training, but the human touch for me is something that's always going to be a key element of our product development. I can get their mind in 15 minutes out of their head and kind of calm them down and then get into some training.
That's the human component that I don't think will ever be replaced. You can't put that in a robot. And maybe I'm totally wrong, but
the thing's more accessible.
But the truth of the matter is there's no AI that's going to help you get that Bellabooty off the ground. You're going to just have to do it.
Patience has been totally lost.
Boredom is gone.
Because the news is in your hand. You can buy a product within 30 seconds. You can do this and there's that. So if you got to wait in line at a gas station, they're laying on the horn. My favorite part is us being together. Like we're getting to build stuff together. You can take it anywhere, use it anywhere. And it's, dude, you just relieves your neck pain. How I don't want you using my product. The problem is you're human. You're going to use it. You're going to go back to bad habits, but we're going to give you nothing. But the more I take a step back and the more I integrate with my teams and just listen and shut up, I'm not a boss. Like my customer service team, they're like a big boss. I'm like, I'm not your boss. I'm like, I work with you. Like I'm in the, I wouldn't be here without you. I don't like to be the one finger pointing at somebody. Like, why didn't this work out? People, I help people keep healthy habits and help them fix their brain and their body. That will never change. I'll do that until I'm dead. You got to worry about yourself and you got to make the best with what you have that day, because all you have is that day. Like you have today and that is it. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. And stoicism is huge for me, especially with daily life challenges